morning! It recently occurred to me that I have never done a skirt out of stretch fabric on this channel, so let's fix that. Alright, we're gonna cut the fabric before the meager winter sunlight goes away. So I have two greens. I have one light green and one dark green. This fabric is actually basically discontinued, which sucks because I love the color. I've made projects on this channel with this before, so this is literally just like, this is all I have left. It's very upsetting. And then this fabric, I actually bought to make a gift for somebody over the summer, and then I liked it so much that I went out and I bought, like, I want to say this is like 4 more yards, so I think they're going to look wonderful together, just the light green and the dark green. Anyways, let's get to cutting. I just realized that I'm putting my marking lines on the right side of the fabric, not the wrong side, so I'm just gonna go ahead and redo all the work that I just did. So now that I'm done with the waistband, I'm going to use the time-honored tradition of just trace it off something that you already made before. Okay, so now that this half of the skirt back is cut, I'm literally just going to flip it over to the other side and cut out the other side in a mirror image. So because this part of the waistband is pointed, we need to do something very specific to line it up and make it look good, as opposed to make it like ruffly and bunchy when it's not intended to be. First step for that is to carefully cut a slit almost to the edge of the seam allowance right here. Always makes me nervous. Then we're gonna flip this, match it up right sides to right sides, match the center. And then from this, it's literally just, you treat this as though this is a straight seam. So you're gonna pin and tack here, then spread the other side apart, pin and tack there. So I very much ran out of sunlight when I was working on the waistband. I just prefer to film in natural light, and this is what happens when we're coming up on the winter solstice. So I went ahead and finished this off camera, but I backstitched it. You guys all know what that looks like. Today I'm going to be working on the side seams. There actually are only 4 seams in this whole project, which is awesome. I'm sewing the waistband with some dark green thread that I have left over from another project, because I've found that with seams that have kind of horizontal stretch as opposed to vertical stretch, sometimes if you use a different thread color than one that matches your fabric closely, when the seam stretches a little bit, the non-matching thread can show through and it looks a little awkward. It is now pockets o'clock, so I have drafted up a new pattern because I didn't want to do a bag pocket this time. I wanted to do a pocket that was like sewn into the seam for this much. This is where I put my hand in, because it is more stable, and I want to have something that doesn't sag when I put my phone into it. So this is the new pocket. I do think that next time I do this, I want to like curve the edges a bit. I just kind of prefer a curved pocket, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this in. To finish the seams, I'm just doing like a quick double fold. This is a single layer garment, so I don't have 2 layers to fold into each other. So I started with the side seam finishing, because obviously I have to do that before I can do the top seam. It's literally just a double fold and then hem stitch down. You can see that I've got the next seam ready to go. So to finish it with a double fold, it literally is just fold it over to the seam line. I'm using 1/2 inch, so my first fold is going to be 1/4 inch, and then I'm going to fold it over again like like this, so you have like a neat finished edge there, and then you iron it, which I'm not showing you because my iron setup right now could be described as precarious. I will just show you the stitching part. Now I'm just hem stitching this down. Going to take a little tiny bite of my fabric. It literally is, you know, a couple of threads, and it is pretty much invisible from the other side, which is a huge plus. Then once you've got that couple of threads, you take like a longer stitch, scooch the needle through those 2 layers of fabric, pull the whole thing tight, and repeat. Didn't think about how long the side seams were gonna take on this because sewing the waistband onto the skirt was very quick, so I was like, oh yeah, I got this. And then I want to say that I'm estimating here the side seams are taking like 20 hours of stitching, especially with the pockets. That does add a lot of extra work, but you know, it's worth it to have pockets. But overall, this project has taken so much less time than the last project did, which is honestly one of the reasons why I haven't put out videos since July, because the last project was like, it was beautiful, it was gorgeous, it was wonderfully finished. It burned me out on sewing. I needed to take a break and just like not think about sewing clothing for a while. I did work on like some other small projects, but it's really just so nice to have a project that I can get out in a couple of weeks, as opposed to my last project took 4 months to finish, which is like not sustainable for me. I definitely recommend a short, easy project if you have experienced burnout because of a longer project. This has been really helpful to me, so I definitely am kind of planning to do some more short projects next year instead of just like big long projects. Okay, so I don't normally do like a review at the end of projects, but I wanted to do a very brief one for this project because I noticed that I had an error that I did not catch until literally the reveal. So I wanted to show you guys so that you don't do the same mistake that I did. So here's the skirt, fine, looks good, looks nice. Here's the error. The waistband is too big, and literally the reason that I didn't catch this is because I never did a fitting for this skirt when it was tacked, because I was thinking, oh, you know, I'm just tracing the skirt off of one that I already have, it's gonna be fine, I know that it's gonna fit. But I didn't do that for the waistband. I drafted the waistband, so I just did it based off my hip measurement across, and then I didn't taper it towards my waist like at all, so I have all of this excess at the sides. And I mean, like, I need to take this in probably 1.5 inches at the sides. Like, look at all this excess fabric, which means that I have to take out all of my gorgeous finishing. So, you know, don't be like me. Always do a fitting.